Did Kevin Durant get hurt? I just saw
Yeah.
on NBA today they were saying, was Sunday's game Kevin Durant's final game in a Suns uniform?
Expected to be out at least a week, according to a report 5 minutes ago.
He couldn't even walk off the court, and they only have 6 games left. The Suns, that was a failed experiment.
They're
How
a
is
game
that
and a half.
possible?
A game and a half back of the 10 seed. They're the 11 seed.
How is that possible? Even if he had no teammates, how is it possible that a Kevin Durant-led team can't be a top 10 seed in the NBA?
A Kevin Durant-led team was in OKC, and they failed. In Brooklyn, and they failed. Golden State worked because that was a Steph-led team. Then he goes to Phoenix, and it failed. It's crazy to say he is so talented, but something about Kevin he can't be that one.
But forget about being a one. I'm talking about being a top 10 seed in the West.
It was Bradley Beal, and I hate to bring it up because I've been arguing for Beal for years. It was Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal.
I mean, that sounds impossible. I'm not talking about winning a title. I'm talking about being one of the top 10 seeds in the West.
10? Top 10? You have 3 of the top 15 players in the NBA.
It seems impossible.
It just doesn't work out. Continuity. I know that's what Solana likes to talk about. Continuity. I don't know what was going on with them.
They had some continuity, though. Like Devin Booker and KD played together a couple seasons. And then you bring in Bradley Beal, who is another ball-dominant player, Hawk. I guess that's what it is. The fit just doesn't work, but I'm with you. For them to not even be
like
a playoff
I'm telling
team.
you, if you said to me, Kevin Durant and 4 potatoes are going to be out on the court, I would go, yeah, they'll make the play in at least.
If you give, I just thought about when you asked, if you give Eric Spoelstra, KD, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal, they're in top 4 seed.
Top 4 seed.
Who's the coach? Who's the coach? So I don't even know, but that's my thought when you asked the question.
I think it was Frank Vogel last year, and now it's Mike Budenholzer. I think it's Mike Budenholzer.
You got to put your hoof down. They need a Riley.
Yeah, it's Bud.
Yeah. And then people are probably scared to talk to KD because he's going to get upset. You know, Booker's chasing around Kardashians. Bradley Beal is, I don't know what Bradley Beal does, but yeah, man, it's just, no culture.
No culture. That's what I say about Zion.
But they did. Remember a couple of years ago, guys? That was the best team, hottest team in the bubble. They had James Jones running the show. Devin Booker's a superstar. They had acquired all these assets.
Is James Jones still there?
Yeah, they were able to get Kevin Durant. Like, there was a culture. They built the culture, and they got the whale.
Well, then Kevin Durant's a culture killer. I mean, we saw it in Brooklyn, right?
Yeah. Can't even argue with that.
It's why there's a lot of people.
You can say Golden State, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and Draymond Green were so good at that time, even Kevin Durant couldn't wreck them, right. I think is the narrative now. It's not like because he's a culture killer.
And it's something like, I don't want to compare the two. Michael Beasley, very talented, automatic buckets. Like, Hawk, you talk about the players I love. It's the players that, like, give me the ball and y'all get out the way and watch this. I love those guys. Michael Beasley can do that. Michael Beasley is not in the league right now because there's something about his personality that can't blend with other stars and figure that out. Kevin Durant might be a real talented Michael Beasley because something about his personality is not there. I don't know if he doesn't blend or doesn't vibe with the guys.
The thing that's so shocking about it is he's so talented and such a unicorn that you would think it wouldn't even matter because you'd think he would be one of those guys where you go, it doesn't matter how awful he is. He's so talented on the court and it's so impossible to stop him that it all kind of evens out in the wash, and it just doesn't.
I think this super team thing, I don't know if he psychologically can't be a top 2 on a super team? Because talent-wise, you're right. He's one of the best players I've ever watched in my life.
I mean, it's crazy when you look at him and then you realize what he can do with a basketball. Like that's what I'm saying. It doesn't even add up that they're not a top 10 seed. And then you throw in Devin Booker and Bradley Beal if you want. Like,
I
shocking.
can't wait for the KD 30 for 30. I need to see that one.
But even, in Brooklyn, I know there were some outside factors with the whole Kyrie thing, but man, then Kyrie goes to Dallas. He pairs up with another superstar in Luka. They're in the NBA Finals. And there was injury at play there, too. Kyrie got hurt. Harden was fat. He got hurt. Like, KD almost single-handedly took them. He was an inch away from taking them, beating the Bucks, and going to the NBA Finals. But there's still something to be said about Kyrie was able to do it with Luka. He was able to lock in with Luka, but now with Durant. He was able to do it with LeBron, not with Durant.
No, that's why I want the 30 for 30, because they got to explain this. To Hawk's point, there's a large sample size of KD not being able to win, and he had to go with Steph and Klay, who already won, and just attach himself to a winner. Why can't he do it himself? And his talent can't carry it. It has to be something else.
Bizarre.
Would you still want him here next year?
Damn, that's a hell of a question.
Because a month ago, it was everybody but Bam on the table if you bring Kevin Durant.
Right.
And all three of us were saying absolutely 100%. There's not even a question about it anymore.
At some point, you have to learn from the past and say it's not worth the investment. Obviously, if you can get someone on the cheap, if there's not too much risk involved, but I mean, how many times do you need to see examples of him just not being able to? Now, again, it may be the Jimmy Butler situation. He needs to be more of a cast member than star of the show. I don't know. I don't know.
If this year, same team.
How old now?
36? 36? Let me double check.
Diminishing returns, man.
He's 36 years old.
Ooh.
He'll turn 37 before next year.